good stuff there from Higgins as he hits the outside of the plate. Same pitch, this one in the dirt, but Cochran a good job to keep that one in front of him. The runners take a couple steps off either base, but stay planted. So a 1-2 count for Bradley. Just about 33 degrees here in Jefferson City. Fastball down the middle. This one flied high into the air. Soto Diaz in to catch it. Actually, it's going to be Nathan to make the grab as he waves off Soto Diaz, but it doesn't matter as Dusenbach dives into home. So the Golden Eagles up 1-0. A sac fly from Carson Bradley. He'll pick up the RBI. And Colin Kemp is held up at first base. Higgins checks Kemp at first before he fires any pitches away to Andrew Cobran, the freshman shortstop. Lefty low in his stance, hands above his ear as he swings on the first pitch, a strike. Golden Eagles wearing the gray jerseys today with the maroon lettering and black accents. Cobran swings on this one, and it's skied high up the third baseline. Gibson underneath it, cradles it, and makes the catch for out number 3. So a 1-0 ball game here from the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. The RBI off the sac fly from Carson Bradley. Colton Evans, Aiden Gibson, and Logan Floyd when we come back for the first at-bats of Carson-Newman's 2026 baseball season. Stay with us here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Okay, let's see. I'm ready to do this. Carson-Newman. It's been around since 1851. Lots of flexible online programs. Wow. World-class accredited academics. A faith and learning environment with professors who really care about me. A top 10 best value school. Carson-Newman gives $48 million a year in financial aid. This is the perfect place. I'm in.
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network for the first look at the Golden Eagles defense. Carson-Newman will get their first opportunity to respond to the one run that the Golden Eagles put up in the top of the first. From left to right in the outfield, it's Dusenbach, Lane, and Sievertson. On third base is the sophomore Colin Kemp, the freshman Cobran at shortstop, Lamont at second, Bradish at first. Camella behind the dish, and starting on the mound is Devin Fletcher, one of the more experienced pitchers on this Golden Eagles roster. 11 appearances last season, 16 innings pitched. Super young pitching staff for this University of Charleston team. And it's Colton Evans playing in his first ever game in a Carson-Newman Eagles uniform to lead things off as he digs in from the right side. First offering from Fletcher is a ball low. Oh, they're going to call that. Just kidding. It is a ball. Evans watches the second pitch. It's at his letters for ball 2. So a 2-0 count. Eagles trying to respond to the one run Charleston put up. Dusenbach scores after he walked. pitch to Evans is a strike on the outside corner. 2-1 count for Evans. Off-speed pitch to the outside corner is another strike, so 2-2 count. Evans looking for his first hit ever as an Eagle. Left fielder cuts on this one, fouls it sharply back into the netting towards the fans here at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. This Eagles team so good on offense last season, often leading nationally in quite a few offensive categories. Evans swings on another one, the same spot, fouls it back behind Camella. Six pitches already for Devin Fletcher. Fletcher kicks and fires a ball way over the head of Evans. Camella gloves it down. So a full count now. Eagles super selective at the plate as well. Fletcher an off-speed high at the letters of Evans as he takes off towards first base. A walk right away, and Carson-Newman has a runner on first. Evans' first bag of his Eagles career, and that brings up the senior captain, Aiden Gibson, the third baseman, who has been a mainstay in this Carson-Newman lineup since his freshman year. Eagles in the white pinstripe uniforms, orange lettering. Gibson, the righty, watches the off-speed on the inside corner for strike one. Gibson, a .272 batter last season. Just an anchor over there on third base. Off-speed again on the inside corner, but Gibson kind of turns his back to it as it was tracking towards his body. 1-1 count. Gibson cuts on a high fastball. So a 1-2 count. Colton Evans on first base after the walk. 1-0 ball game here at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. Golden Eagles leading after the sac fly from Carson Bradley brought around Trent Dozenbach. Off speed to the outside corner. Gibson check swings. They'll call him safe. So 2-2. Gibson takes a couple signs from Tom Griffin over there on third base. Off-speed pitch on the inside corner. Gibson has to turn his back again to avoid getting hit. And a full count yet again. Eagles batters doing a good job making Fletcher work up there. Gibson lines this one into right field. Sievertson is underneath it and makes the catch for out number one. Evans is held up there at first base. And that brings up the reigning All-SAC selection, Logan Floyd, the first baseman, who led the Eagles in batting average last season. The junior looking to do more of the same from last year. Floyd watches the first one, a fastball on the outside corner that misses the mark. Floyd, a preseason All-SAC first team selection. Takes another fastball at his elbow, this time on the inside corner for a 2-0 count. Evans still sits on first base. One out on the board after the Gibson fly out to right field. Fastball low at the knees of Floyd this time, and 3-0. For the junior All-Sac selection. Fletcher comes together. Off-speed pitch right down the middle that Floyd takes. So 3-1. Hitters count for one of the strongest batters on Carson-Newman's team. Corner is pinched in as Floyd swings at one, and it's fouled sharply up the left field line. So full count now for Floyd. Fletcher fires, and Floyd laces this one right up the middle. A line drive into center field. Lane gets it in to Cobra, and it's short. That brings Evans around to third base, and Floyd will rest safely upon first. Floyd with one of the longest hitting streaks in D2 baseball last season. Looking to continue what he did last year, and does so here. Now a runner in scoring position for the Eagles with just one out on the board. And it's Cole Nathan, the second baseman. All-Sac second team selection last year. A preseason All-Sac first teamer. As he swings on the first pitch, a fastball, and fouls it back. Nathan hit .339 last year. And was stout at second base for the Eagles. Fletcher deals, and it's high and away for ball one. 1-1 count with one out on the board for Cole Nathan. Evans is at third base after his walk as the leadoff hitter. Logan Floyd at first after the single into center field. Nathan chops one to the left field side. Another foul ball, so a 1-2 count. Nathan watches that one. A pitch that moved all the way into the left batter's box. For a ball, 2-2 count. One out on the board for Cole Nathan. This one low and in the dirt. Camella keeps it in front of him. Pump fakes over at Evans at third. But now a full count. Lots of pitches here for Devin Fletcher in his first inning of work. Swung on and missed, but Floyd takes off to second, so he'll register a stolen base. Fletcher with his first K of the year. Just 12 strikeouts last season and 11 appearances. Bradley Soto Diaz watches the first pitch on the outside corner for a ball. Also, Soto Diaz's first game in an Eagles uniform is a high fastball, misses the mark, and it's a 1-1 count. Transferred over from William Penn last season. Fouls one back. 1-2 count for Soto Diaz. Was really good with William Penn. Hit .385. .791 on base percentage. One-two count, 2 outs on the board. Runners in scoring position. It's Floyd at second, Evans at third. Soto Diaz watches a sliding ball to the outside corner for a 2-2 count. Pitches already for Devin Fletcher in his first inning of work. High fastball at the eyes of Soto Diaz. He watches it. 3-2 count. Fletcher eyes down his catcher and Camella. Comes together, payoff pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. 2 strikeouts to end the inning from Devin Fletcher to keep things scoreless for the Eagles. Golden Eagles stay on top 1-0 here in the bottom of the first, and we'll be right back here on the Eagles Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
The #1 source for Carson-Newman athletics gear is shopseeandeagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. Shopseeandeagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. ShopSeeAndEagles.com.
Ryan Higgins returns to the mound for his second inning of work here. 1-0 ball game from the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. Opening day in January, and it's a cold one. Snow in the forecast later today, but Carson-Newman and the University of Charleston say, let's play 2. 9 innings in this first one, as Logan Bradish digs in from the right side, yellow batting gloves, and he watches a moving ball to the outside corner for strike 1. Higgins, 16 pitches in his first inning of work. Dozenbach scored after he walked. Bradish swings at an off speed, was way ahead of that one. And it's an 0-2 count early here for Higgins. Higgins eyes him down, looking for the first strikeout of his day. And he'll get it. Bradish watches that one come right down Broadway. And the first strikeout of 2026 recorded for Ryan Higgins. Brings up the catcher, Ryan Camella. Hit .328 last season as he watches the first one to the outside corner, a strike. Higgins kicking and firing with a little bit more confidence as Camella swings it one way into the other batter's box. Another 0-2 count. Camella with his hands low and swings at another one. 3 pitches and 3 strikes for Ryan Higgins. He's got 2 here in the second inning. Was so good last season in his 8 appearances before he went down with injury. 43 innings pitched, .85 whip. Looking to get back into form here. Brings up Maxwell Lane, and he swings on the first pitch and misses. Lane, the transfer from Lincoln Trail Community College, hit .282 in his sophomore season. That one fouled back into the netting, so another 0-2 count. All 3 batters now for Ryan Higgins here in this top of the second have had an 0-2 count. Higgins deals, check swing from Lane. They'll check him at first and say no, he didn't. Everyone here in Jefferson City wanted that one for Ryan Higgins. Off-speed pitch to the outside corner. That'll get Lane looking. And a 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Higgins after the run in the top of the first. We'll take things to the bottom of the second, see if the Eagles can get a couple runs on the board when we come back.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network as Jono Pierce gets to work in his first at-bat of his Carson-Newman career. He watches the first pitch from Devin Fletcher, who's back on the mound. After his 30-plus pitch first inning, takes a strike. Pierce swings at this one and fouls this one over towards Berktar Stadium. So 2 strikes on Pierce. Eagles down 1-0 after the run in the top of the first inning, but Ryan Higgins robbed of an immaculate inning in the top of the second. Fletcher kicks and fires, nearly hits Pierce, but avoids him just barely, so a 1-2 count. Pierce, the transfer from Roan State, the junior shortstop. Really good in his community college days as he cuts on another one. It's fouled back for the 4th pitch of the at-bat. Hit .343 last season with Roan State. And the shortstop, a preseason sack player to watch. Fletcher fires another one. It's off the mark into the other batter's box. So a 2-2 count. Fletcher, 32 pitches already registered here. Pierce checks swings there. And the umpire at first is going to say he went, so a strikeout for Jono Pearson, the third strikeout of the day for Devin Fletcher. Brings up Tanner Kilgore, the DH. Kilgore standing tall in the right batter's box. He swings at the first pitch. And it just trickles foul. He didn't even realize that that ball might be in play up the third baseline. Catcher Camella was on top of it. But it rolls foul, so an 0-1 count with one out on the board. 2 left on base last inning for the Eagles. After 2 consecutive strikeouts for Fletcher, second pitch to Kilgore is a strike on the outside corner. Kilgore hugging the inside line. Check swings at a moving ball to the outside corner. And a 1-2 count. Kilgore hit .313 last season. Off speed down the middle. Doesn't land, so a 2-2 count. Fletcher misfires again. So another full count for a Carson-Newman hitter. Six batters that Devin Fletcher has seen. And 5 of them have had full counts. Kilgore fights one off. It's fouled towards the Golden Eagles dugout on the first base side. Eagles looking to respond to the run put up in the top of the first inning by the Golden Eagles. Got on top early. That one low and in the dirt. Kilgore will take his base. 3 strikeouts for Devin Fletcher to go along with 2 walks. And the Eagles' selectivity putting them in good position. Colton Evans walked in the top of the first inning as the leadoff hitter. Got around to third base before the inning was cut short by 2 consecutive strikeouts. And here's Braxton Smith, the center fielder, from the right side. Fletcher misfires again. And this one will get all the way past Camella. Kilgore will head over to second base. So a runner in scoring position here for Braxton Smith, an opportunity to respond. Eagles 28-4 in home openers since joining Division II and have been exceptional under Tom Griffin as Smith watches an off-speed to the outside corner that misses the mark again. 2-0 count on Braxton Smith with 1 out on the board. Kilgore on second. 18-2 under head coach Tom Griffin in home openers. After a great year last year where the Eagles opened the season at 10-0, Smith swings on a low off-speed pitch. 2-1 count.
Here we go.
Smith watches another one low and away for ball 3. And a hitter's count here with an opportunity to score a runner for Braxton Smith. Waves his bat, and he lines this one out towards center field. Lane is moving. He gets underneath it. Kilgore tags up at second, but he's held up by the throw. Good work there by Lane to move it quickly. Kilgore thinking potentially that was going to get down. Lane had to run all the way into right center to make the grab. 2 outs on the board, and that brings up Carson Cochran, the final hitter in this Eagles lineup. Cochran didn't play last year due to injury, but hit .238 as a freshman. As he watches the first pitch, a breaking ball to the outside for ball 1. Non-conference battle here for the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex, and Carson-Newman has won 3 straight against the University of Charleston in their history. Cochran watches another one to the inside corner. 2 balls, no strikes on Cochran, 2 outs on the board. Kilgore's at second base. Fletcher takes a look at him and deals to Cochran, and off speed, it's just a little too low. And another walk. That's 2 here in the bottom of the second as Cochran will take his base, and that'll bring up the top of the order. Colton Evans can get back to work. Devin Fletcher continuing to pile up pitches. He's got 55 here in the bottom of the second. Just 1 hit, but 3 walks to go along with 3 strikeouts. Evans, the left fielder, walked in his first at bat. He watches another one to the outside corner, another ball. So 4 straight balls thrown for Devin Fletcher. Evans swings at one, is a little too early, but nicks it nonetheless. And it skips back behind Camella. 1-1 count, 2 outs on the board. It's Cochran at first, Kilgore at second. Eagles down 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Fletcher deals, and Evans fouls it up the first base side. It's going to get all the way over to Bergtar. Evans late to that one again, but he fouls it off. And back to the same spot over on the first base side. 1-2 count for Evans. Runners on first and second. Eagles trying to get on the board. Fletcher fires again, and Evans skies this one high into right field. Sievertson is safely underneath it. And that'll be the end of the second inning. Top of the third coming up, where it's the top of the lineup for the Golden Eagles, Lamond, Dusenbach, and Kemp, when we come back here on the Eagles Sports Network.
There's something about a small community that unites us, whether it's cheering on our favorite team or the way we come together in a crisis. Small communities are made up of people with big hearts. We're dedicated to hard work and innovation through sunny days and stormy nights. AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC, power what matters most.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Ryan Higgins back on the bump for the top of the third, and the top of the lineup coming up for the University of Charleston. It's Samuel Lamont to lead things off. He grounded out to the shortstop Pearson, his first at bat. Swung on the first pitch. My apologies, it's actually Zachary Sievertson, the right fielder. Bottom of the order as he is hit by Higgins in the first pitch. So he'll take his base. And a rare one that gets away from Ryan Higgins. Was a D2 baseball second team preseason All-American after last year, where he recorded one of the lowest ERAs in program history, .83. And that brings up the top of the order. Lamond will get going. Sievertson takes off. Cochran fires, and he got him at second. So strike one for Samuel Lamond. And Sievertson caught at second base for out number one. Here in this top of the third, second pitch from Higgins is a ball that misses low and away. 1-1 count on Lamont. Third pitch is a ball. 2-1 count, one out on the board here for Samuel Lamont, who grounded out to shortstop in his first at bat. Hit .314 last season, a breaking ball to the outside corner that gets him to go. Lamont now a 2-2 count. Higgins fires, breaking ball to the inside corner this time. And a full count now for Lamont. Leadoff hitter in this lineup, the second baseman, elevates this one into right field. Soto Diaz takes a couple shuffles to his left and cradles it for the catch. So 2 outs here in the top of the third. And Trent Dusenbach, who scored his first time around the order on the sac fly from Carson Bradley, got on base due to a walk from Higgins. And Dusenbach skies another one into left field. Evans is underneath it, and that'll be the inning. 2 fly balls. Even though Sievertson was hit by the pitch, Carson Cochran got him stealing second, and that'll be all from the top of the third when we come back. It's Aiden Gibson, Logan Floyd, and Cole Nathan, the dangerous part of the lineup for the Eagles.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeingEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at shopseeandeagles.com. Visit today.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
New look for the Eagles on the bump as they'll get a first look at Landon Ingram. Devin Fletcher's day will end after 2 innings pitched, where he had 1 hit, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts to keep things scoreless for the Eagles. But a tough spot here for Ingram to come in. Aiden Gibson, the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the third. Logan Floyd up next after him, and Cole Nathan. 2 all-sack selections and someone who's played since their freshman season as Gibson takes the first offering from Ingram. It's a ball at his letters. Eagles down 1-0 here in this opening day game. And the senior cuts it 1. It's fouled back. 1-1 count for Aiden Gibson, who lined out to right field in his first at-bat. Gibson usually pretty successful getting on base. Averaged a .405 on base percentage last season. And he check swings there, but they really didn't go. So 2-1 count, no outs on the board for Gibson. Ingram fires to the inside corner this time, misses the mark. 3-1 count here for Gibson. Eagles incredibly selective at the plate. Don't get them swinging at much junk. Gibson throws his bat as he starts to walk towards first base on the outside fastball from Ingram. But Andy Glenn behind the dish says it's a strike, so full count now for Gibson. Payoff pitch on the way. Gibson check swings, but it's fouled back. So pitch number 7 of the at-bat coming up here for Gibson. Gibson fouls another one back, stays alive. And that's what did Devin Fletcher in. So many pitches, was at 55 by the middle of the second inning. And Gibson already working Ingram up to 8 here. Gibson dribbles one up the third baseline, but it rolls foul. Make that 9 pitches in the first at-bat for Landon Ingram. Gibson watches one to the inside corner. He'll take his base. So a walk right off the jump from Landon Ingram. And Logan Floyd will get back to work. A hit in his first at bat, a sharp line drive out to center field that got him to first base. He then stole second. Got Colton Evans over to third base, but 2 strikeouts from Drew Fletcher ended the bottom of the first, so no runs on the board for the Eagles. Gibson 2 strides off first. Breaking ball from Ingram moves to the center of the dish, and it's a strike. Floyd, the junior righty. Ingram checks Gibson over there at first base. He's just about 2 steps off the bag, so nothing there from Ingram. Ingram checks him again. A 1 count here for Floyd. Ingram takes another look at Gibson over there at first base. Ingram taking his time, but finally deals to Floyd a fastball that misses low. Floyd was tracking it the whole way. 13 appearances last season for Landon Ingram, a 5.88 ERA. 3 wins, 2 losses for the junior, or for the sophomore, excuse me. Floyd lines another one into center field. It's going to get down in front of Lane. Gibson is over to second base, and Floyd 2 for 2 today on 2 line drives out to the outfield. That one somewhere between Lane and Dusenbach in left field. But a well-placed hit for the junior all-SAC selection. So runners on first and second here for Cole Nathan. For Nathan, the second baseman, second on the team last season in RBIs, good at coming up in big spots. First pitch from Ingram is a strike down the middle. Nathan hit .339 last season. And he watches the second one low to the turf for ball 1. Nathan in his junior season standing at 6 foot tall in the right batter's box. Lines one straight to the shortstop. Cobran bobbles it a little bit and it leaks into center field. Gibson will come in to score. Floyd is over at third, but they've got Nathan in a rundown at second base as he trips and falls. And finally, it's Andrew Cobran who made the initial error to make the tag. Floyd's still on third, but Gibson comes in to score. So an RBI there for Cole Nathan. Hard ground ball right at the freshman shortstop. Logan Floyd at third base, and now it's Bradley Soto Diaz, the right fielder. Struck out in his first at bat. An opportunity to bring Floyd around to score with just 1 out on the board. Soto Diaz swings on one, and it's fouled back for strike 1. 1-1 ball game as Soto Diaz watches the offering from Ingram into the left batter's box. Camella stretching over to make the catch. Ingram takes the sign. Patient finally kicks in, fires. Soto Diaz fouls it sharply up the third baseline. So a 1-2 count here for Bradley Soto Diaz. The senior playing right field today. Transferred over from William Penn, trying to make an impact in his first game with the Eagles. Breaking ball to the outside corner that's fouled up the first base side. Pitches right now for Landon Ingram. 1-2 count on Bradley Soto Diaz as he fouls another one back. Eagles historically have been really good against the University of Charleston, have won the last 3 against the Golden Eagles. Soto Diaz flies one deep out to right center. Sievertson is underneath it. He makes the catch. Floyd tags up. He's in to score. 2-1 ball game, and Soto Diaz has himself an RBI on the sac fly. Offense finally getting going for Carson-Newman here in this bottom of the third. 2 runs coming off a walk from Aiden Gibson. Logan Floyd with a line drive out to center field that brought Gibson to third as Jono Pierce watches the first pitch go by for a ball. And finally Cole Nathan with a hard ground ball to shortstop brought Gibson in to score. Logan Floyd scores on the sac fly from Bradley Soto Diaz, the last batter. Pierce watches one into the left batter's box, another ball, so a 2-0 count for Pierce, 2 outs on the board. Pierce struck out in his first at bat, hit .343 with Roan State last season, and he swings on another one and misses. 2-1 count for Pierce. Junior shortstop, a new addition to this Carson-Newman lineup this season. Hails from Brentwood, Tennessee. Takes one from Ingram on the inside corner, a fastball that misses the mark. 3-1 count for Pierce. Two-one ball game, 2 outs on the board. Ingram taking his time. And misses the mark on that one too, so another walk here in this bottom of the third. That's 2 for Landon Ingram. But what a tough part of the lineup to face for Carson-Newman. Landon Ingram coming in to face Aiden Gibson, Logan Floyd, Cole Nathan, Bradley Soto Diaz, Jono Pierce, nearly all of them batting above .250 last season. So Pierce on first base, and Tanner Kilgore will get another opportunity. He walked in his first at bat. Eagles being selective at the plate, but a sharp line drive into left field that just is about a foot outside the left field line. A foul ball for Tanner Kilgore. A 1 count with 2 outs on the board, and it's just Pierce over there at first base. Ingram misfires into the other batter's box. Kilgore is a righty, so that's the left one. And it's a 1-1 count. Eagles good on offense last season. So much so that they took third place in the SAC. That was their projected finish this season in the preseason poll as Kilgore fights another one off. And a 1-2 count for number 17 in white. The junior playing baseball pretty close to home this season from Kingsport, Tennessee. 34 starts last season as the DH. 33 RBIs as Ingram checks Pierce over there at first base. Speed on the bases for Carson-Newman. Was one of the power hitters last season for Carson-Newman. 4 home runs for the junior. Ingram fires another one, and it's fouled back. Camelo looks to the sky, sees if he can get it, but it's a little bit too far. 1-2 count for Kilgore. It's Pierce at first and 2 outs on the board for Landon Ingram. Kilgore watches one right down the middle, an off-speed pitch that gets him looking. So a strikeout to end the bottom of the third for Tanner Kilgore, but not before. 2-run score for the Eagles and make it a 2-1 ball game in favor of Carson-Newman. We'll be right back here for the top of the fourth here on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, Rihanna DeCrow checking on with you as it's Colin Kemp, the sophomore third baseman, to lead things off. The best hitter on this Golden Eagles squad last season. And he faces one of the best pitchers on this Carson-Newman team, Ryan Higgins. Kicks and fires the first pitch as a breaking ball to the outside corner that misses for ball 1. Kemp 1 for 1 today, a line drive into right field in his first at bat. Watches a second pitch and off speed. Just a little bit too low for ball 2. Eagles lead this ball game 2-1 after the 2 runs they scored in the bottom of the third. It was Gibson and Floyd to come around after Gibson reached on a walk and Floyd hit a line drive into center field. Higgins fires one right at the head of Kemp. It hits his helmet just above his left ear. Seems to be just fine as he takes his base. That's the second batter that Higgins has hit today. Just last inning, Higgins hit Zachary Sievertson in his first at bat, and that brings up Carson Bradley, who has the lone RBI for the Golden Eagles, a sac fly in his first at bat. But the first pitch from Higgins here in his second at-bat is a ball. DH, a transfer from Allegheny Community College, as he watches the second pitch low and away for ball 2. Kemp sits on third base, and Carson Bradley, the 2-0 count with no outs on the board. Higgins fires another one, a fastball to the inside corner. Bradley's on time with it, but it rolls foul. 1-2 count for Higgins. .43 1/3 innings of work last season for Higgins in his sophomore season. The junior, his season cut short due to injury last year as he fires another one at the letters of Bradley, so a 3-1 count. Breaking ball that misses the mark again, so a walk, and that's 2 straight free bases for Ryan Higgins. And head coach Tom Griffin will take a second to talk to his pitcher. And we'll take a quick break here on the Eagles Sports Network while we wait for the decision here from Tom Griffin.
Sure, we've been around a while, 171 years to be exact. We know the power of a liberal arts-based Christian education and the tremendous potential of what can be found on this campus, within this community. We are adventurers, dreamers, believers, passionate and compassionate, curious and clever, driven by a common purpose towards a common goal.
I found my passion.
I found purpose.
We are Carson-Newman.
What will you find?
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get
on the board. Colin Kemp at first as Cobran lays the bunt down. Higgins will make the throw over to first where Cole Nathan is waiting. But that advances both runners that were on base. Bradley moves over to second. Kemp over to third, so runners in scoring position for the Golden Eagles looking for a response after the bottom of the third where the Eagles put up 2 runs of their own. And it's Logan Bradish, the first baseman, who struck out looking in his first at-bat. Bradish goes right up the middle. Higgins watches as Kemp is trying to make his way around to home. They get him in a rundown, and Cochran is running after Bradley. He tags him out on the base pass between second and third. And tragedy avoided for Carson-Newman after their bottom of the third where they put up 2 innings. A rundown situation. Higgins with the heads-up play to check the runner coming home at third base. It wasn't a force out. Kemp was making his way home. Higgins caught him and runs him down, and then they run down the runner in Bradley between second and third. Good play from the pitcher, good play from the Eagles defense, and it remains a 2-1 ball game in favor of Carson-Newman. See what Landon Ingram can do in his second inning of work when we come back here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large 1-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large 1-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Okay, let's see. I'm ready to do this. Carson-Newman. It's been around since 1851. Lots of flexible online programs. Wow. World-class accredited academics. A faith and learning environment with professors who really care about me. A top 10 best value school. Carson-Newman gives $48 million a year in financial aid. This is the perfect place. I'm in.
Braxton Smith digs in from the right side. He watches the first pitch from Landon Ingram, a ball. Smith lined out to center field in his first at bat, and the second pitch from Ingram is a strike. This is Smith's first look at Ingram in this ball game after he let up 2 runs in the bottom of the third. Eagles up 2-1 on the Golden Eagles. Third pitch from Ingram misses low and away for ball 2. Smith hit .283 last season. Watches another one to the outside corner. Just a little too outside. So a 3-1 count on Smith. Worked it to the same mark in his last at bat. And Ingram misses again on the outside corner, so a free base for Braxton Smith. And Ingram's third walk of the contest. No strikeouts and 2 runs already for Landon Ingram. He's thrown 36 pitches in this game already. Similar story for the starting pitcher in Devin Fletcher. 2 innings of work, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. But by the time his day was over, he was upwards of 55 pitches. And here comes Carson Cochran. Walked in his first at bat too as he attempts a bunt that's fouled back over the first base dugout. Cochran with Braxton Smith at first base as he looks to lay down the bunt again. Leans out of the way, but they're going to call it a strike, say that he stayed out there long enough. Had to do a Michael Jackson move there to get out of the way at the very last second. 0-2 count for Ingram would be his first strikeout of the day. But instead he checks Smith over there at first base. He dives back in and is safe. Golden Eagles, a 26-25 team last year, but did well in conference action, won 20 of their 30 league games. Ingram part of 13 games for this Golden Eagles squad as Cochran takes a swing. He chops it to the shortstop, and Cobran, who throws it over to the first baseman, Bradish, but he bobbles it. Smith is all the way around to third. And another error, the second of the contest from the Golden Eagles, puts Braxton Smith in scoring position. And Cochran safely on first base. And that'll bring up Colton Evans. 0 for 1 today, walked in his first at bat as Ingram takes a look over at Smith at first base. Or excuse me, Cochran at first base. Smith is on third. No outs on the board here in this bottom of the fourth. Eagles looking to add to their lead with Evans at the plate. fielder looking for an RBI that would be his first of his Carson-Newman career as he fouls one away for strike one. Young pitching staff for this Golden Eagles squad returns just 3 pitchers that started 9 or more games last season. They do not return to this Charleston team. Ingram, another check at Cochran at first. Just 1 strike on Colton Evans. Wind still blowing out to center field. Evans leans out of the way of a fastball to the inside corner, and that's ball 1. 1-1 count, no outs on the board. Official stats will credit that ground ball as an infield single to Cochran. Breaking ball is cut on and missed by Evans. As Cochran takes off to second base, he's safely there. So runners on second and third for the Eagles. Middle infielders have pinched. And Evans will line this one sharply out to center field. It's going to get down from a diving Sievertson. Smith is around to score. Cochran is at third base, and Evans is caught in a rundown at first, but he dives in safely to first. Cochran will stay at third. Runner comes in to score in Braxton Smith, a 3-1 ball game as Cochran sits on third, and Evans, his first RBI of his Carson-Newman career. Well-placed ball that just drips right down out of the reach of Zachary Sievertson in right field. Lane right behind him to pick up the loose change, but nonetheless, the 4th hit of the day for the Carson-Newman Eagles that brings up Aiden Gibson. Gibson walked in his first at-bat, flew out in his first at-bat, walked in his second. Runners on the corners for the Eagles as Gibson squares around for the bunt. Evans takes off to second. He's safely there. So now runners on second and third for Aiden Gibson, and a chance to add to the Eagles' lead. A 1 count for Gibson. Fastball straight down the middle. It's to the third baseman in Kemp. He's running Cochran down at home plate. He'll get him there. Evans will come out around to third, and the fielder's choice from Colin Kemp over there at third base will be the first out of the inning. Gibson will rest on first, and that brings up Logan Floyd. Floyd 2 for 2 today. 2 line drives out to center field that have put the Eagles in really good position on offense. Floyd squares around for the bunt. He has to duck out of the way of a breaking ball that nearly hits him in the head. It misses the mark. 1-0 count, and Gibson over to second base. And they're going to send Floyd to first base, an intentional walk on the junior all-sack selection. So bases loaded for the Golden Eagles. Colton Evans at third base, Gibson at second, Floyd at first, and that brings up another all-sack selection in Cole Nathan. Breaking ball just as the letters of Nathan hits the mark, so a 1-1 count. Oh, 1 count. First pitch of the at-bat for Nathan. Ingram comes together. Each Carson-Newman base runner about a couple steps off the base. Evans will take off towards home, trying to steal after the ball got past Camella, but he's tagged out as Camella makes his way to home plate. So 2 outs now, a failed stolen base from Colton Evans. Got him running home. That fastball came sharply off the padding behind the plate here at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex, and Camella able to read it well and tag out Colton Evans at home. 1-1 count for Cole Nathan. Runners at second and third as Floyd and Gibson both advance on the wild pitch. Nathan swings at one. It's a foul ball up the third baseline. 1-2 count with 2 outs on the board for Cole Nathan. A chance to add to the Eagles' lead. 1 run already scored here in the bottom of the fourth, and 2 runs nearly scored but foiled by the Golden Eagles defense. Nathan awaiting pitch number 4. Check swing, but it's all the way into the other batter's box from Ingram, and a 2-2 count for Nathan. Nathan watches a breaking ball low. Full count for Cole Nathan with runners at second and third. Nathan with 12 multi-RBI games last season, in a position to do it again already here as he swings at one, and it's lined into left field, but it's right to Dozenbach. He's underneath it for the catch, and that is the inning. Eagles score 1, a 3-0 ball game, and a couple of tricky plays there that got the Eagles in trouble. Could have potentially been a 5-1 ball game with a couple of wild throws. We'll be right back here on the Eagles Sports Network for the top of the 5th.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
The #1 source for Carson-Newman athletics gear, shopseeandeagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. Shopseeandeagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. ShopSeeAndEagles.com.
Ryan Higgins back on the mound for his 5th inning of work, just 1 hit and 1 run allowed. For the pitcher, first batter up here in this top of the 5th is Ryan Camella, the catcher, and it misses the mark for a ball. So 1-0 count. Eagles with runs in 2 consecutive innings now, 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd, 1 in the bottom of the 4th. That's put them up 3-1. Next pitch from Higgins is a strike on Camella, 1-1 count. Couple of tricky plays there too in the bottom of the 4th that they would have gone one way or another, might have made this a 5-1 ball game as Higgins fires another breaking ball to the middle of the plate for a 1-2 count as Camella watches it go. Camella swings it one way into the other batter's box. It gets past Cochran. Camella takes off towards first, and he is safe. The throw to Floyd, not in time from Cochran. Off-speed pitch, 79 miles an hour into the other batter's box. Gets past Cochran. So a drop third strike to get Camella on first. That's his first base of this contest after he struck out in his first at-bat. And brings up Maxwell Lane. Lane also struck out in his first at-bat. That was during the robbed immaculate inning from Ryan Higgins. Thought Lane maybe went on a check swing. They're going to pinch run over at first base for Ryan Camella. First offering from Higgins is a strike right down the middle. Makes it 0-1 on Lane, the center fielder. Transfer over from Lincoln Trail Community College where he hit .287. Golden Eagles trying to improve upon their season as Cochran fires off the high pitch from Higgins. Doesn't get over to the runner in time at first. And it's a 1-1 count for Maxwell Lane. He gets a breaking ball to the outside corner, just a little high on Lane, so 2-1. No outs on the board in a 3-1 ball game. Eagles with the lead here in the top of the fifth. Another pitch from Higgins that just misses. 3-1 on Lane. Runner goes. Cochran fires. He's got him by a mile. Cochran shrugs his shoulders, says whatever, so 1 out on the board and a full count for Maxwell Lane at the plate. Cochran on the mark here today from behind the dish. Immediately knew that the runner was going. Had him by a mile. Perfect throw over there to John O. Pierce, who was waiting, and Higgins strikes out Lane at the plate. Got him looking. The second strikeout for Maxwell Lane as Ryan Higgins picks up his 4th of the day. Just 1 hit for Ryan Higgins, 1 run as well. And Zachary Sievertson will get his second look at Higgins. He was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat as he shrugs away from a breaking ball from Higgins. Just a little too high on Sievertson for ball number 1. Sievertson cuts on one up the third base side. It's foul. 1-1 count with 2 outs on the board. Eagles trying to keep it to just a 1-run game. The only run let up in the top of the first. That was after Trent Dusenbach walked and Carson Bradley hit the sac fly to drive him in. Higgins fires and Sievertson drives this one deep out to left center. It's off the wall. Evans hops for it. He finally reads it off the wall, and the throw over to Pierce, who was looking for the cutoff, kind of misses. Nathan is behind him. And a fly ball all the way to the wall for Zachary Sievertson that gives the Golden Eagles their second hit of the contest. A 2-out double for the right fielder. Brings up Samuel Lamont, the second baseman. Lamont grounded out to shortstop in his first at-bat, flew out to right field in his second at-bat. So this is his 3rd look at Higgins. Higgins misfires again, slips out of his hand, and hits Lamont. So he'll take his base. And that's the third batter this game that Ryan Higgins has hit. Trying to get as much work out of Ryan Higgins as Tom Griffin can. Higgins with 60 pitches, 4 2/3 innings pitched thus far. Looking to close out the inning as he comes together and faces Trent Dusenbach for the third time this game. Higgins turns and nearly fires at Sievertson over at second. But instead he holds on to it. Jono Pierce, who was waiting at shortstop, wasn't ready for Higgins to turn and fire. He was diving towards second base, see if he could make the grab. Luckily, Higgins holds on to it, and Dusenbach cuts it one and misses, or fouls it back rather, for his first strike. So no one count, 2 outs on the board, and runners at first and second for Dusenbach. Dusenbach walked in his first at bat, then he came around to score. He is the Golden Eagles' lone run of the contest. Flew out to left field in his second at bat as he waves on one. First strike 2. Higgins trying to clean up here for a good 5 innings of work. Just 2 hits and 1 run. 4 strikeouts to go along with it, as he misses low on an off-speed pitch for the first ball of the at-bat on Dusenbach. So a 1-2 count. Dusenbach, the sophomore, watches another one go by. Ball 2. Two count, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Higgins fires at Lamond at first. Nearly gets him as he didn't dive back in. Floyd was there waiting for the throw from Higgins. He takes the sign from Cochran and comes together. Deals in this one, drilled up the middle. Nathan, a diving grab over to second base where Pierce is waiting, and he got him to keep it a scoreless inning. Beautiful diving grab from Cole Nathan, the All-Sac second team second baseman, showing off his glove work there. Full layout over to Jono Pierce. Easy as cake. That'll end the inning. Still a 3-1 ball game, and we come back here on the Eagles Sports Network. Soto Diaz, Pierce, and Kilgore will take over at the plate. Stay with us.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Simon Bargo takes over pitching duties on the mound for the Golden Eagles as Bradley Soto Diaz gets to work here in this bottom of the fifth. He swings at the first pitch from Bargo. It's high into the air. That one's going to burn up on re-entry, and Lane is underneath it for the first out of the inning, a high fly ball. First pitch and one away for the University of Charleston here in the bottom of the fifth. Eagles have scored in 2 consecutive innings, 2 runs at the bottom of the third, 1 run in the bottom of the fourth. And it's Jono Pierce, the shortstop, that will keep things moving here. Pierce squares around for the bunt, and he watches a fastball from Bargo that's a little too high. He pulls his bat away for ball 1. Pierce a strikeout in his first at bat, walked in his second at bat. Another off-speed pitch, this time high and away for ball 2. New catcher on the mound, or new catcher behind the dishes, Drew Galt, 5'11" sophomore. And the third pitch from Bargo misses high again. Landon Ingram, 2 innings of work with 2 hits, and Pierce will take his base after 4 straight balls from Bargo. Second walk of the day for Jono Pierce, being selective at the plate, and that'll bring up the DH Tanner Kilgore. Walked in his first at bat, got over to second on a stolen base, and then struck out in his second at bat. He's got Jono Pierce over there at first base. Pierce takes off towards second. And he got him over there. Drew Galt makes the throw over to the right side of Cobrin, who is waiting for the throw. It was actually Lamond who was waiting for the throw, the second baseman. So no runners on the bases and 2 outs on the board for the Golden Eagles here in the bottom of the fifth. And Kilgore swings at the second pitch from Bargo. A fastball makes it a 1-1 count. 90 miles an hour from the sophomore Bargo. Misfire completely from Bargo that's over the head of Kilgore and Galt behind the plate. 2-1 count, 2 outs on the board, nobody on for the Eagles. Carson-Newman leading 3-1 here in this opening day game. As the weather continues to get colder with snow impending. Pitch that misses the top of the zone. Makes it ball 3, 3-1 count on Tanner Kilgore, who is 0 for 1 today. Kilgore waves from the right side, and he watches that one. It gets past Galt for another walk. Bargo already with 2 walks, but had Galt behind the plate, who caught Pierce at second for a stolen base. The first pitch of the inning was a fly ball from Bradley Soto Diaz that was caught by Lane. And Carson Cochran comes to the plate, his first look at Bargo. He's 1 for 1 today, a walk and a ground ball to shortstop, an infield single. First pitch from Bargo to Cochran is ball 1. Braxton Smith, the center fielder, watches the second pitch high and away. 2 balls, no strikes on Braxton Smith, and Tanner Kilgore at first. And And we'll take a quick break here to have a conversation with Bargo on the mound, trying to settle things down here just in his first inning of work. Be right back here on the Eagles Sports Network. Count on Braxton Smith, who lined out to center field in his first at bat, walked in his second, got all the way around to score after a line drive from Colton Evans. Pitch 3 of the at bat is a ball, and Smith will watch the second one high down the middle for the fourth ball, and that's 8 straight for Simon Bargo. 3 walks in the bottom of the 5th already, and Carson Cochran comes up to the plate, who walked in his first at bat and hit the infield single in his second. That would bring Braxton Smith into scoring position. Bargo fires as Cochran squares around for the bunt and pulls away on time. Ball number 1. Golden Eagles pitchers struggling in terms of walks. 9 walks combined from the Golden Eagles pitchers. Cochran squares around another bunt. Another pitch high, but they're going to call that a strike on Cochran. So 1-1 count, 2 outs on the board. Runners at first and second. It's Kilgore on second, Smith at first. Cochran, a check swing that they're going to call another strike. 1-2 count on Cochran. Looking to stay perfect today, a walk and a hit in his opening day. Cochran watches another one high off the zone. So a 2-2 count. Bargo deals another one high. That's been his miss today. A lot of high pitches. Released just a little too early for the junior. 6'5", the righty from Cincinnati, Ohio. Transferred over from Ohio State. Cochran swings and misses, and Bargo is fired up about it. Keeps the Eagles scoreless in the bottom of the 3rd. Got Carson Cochran swinging. Still a 3-1 ball game here from the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. We'll be right back for the top of the 6th when we come back.
There's something about a small community that unites us, whether it's cheering on our favorite team or the way we come together in a crisis. Small communities are made up of people with big hearts. We're dedicated to hard work and innovation through sunny days and stormy nights. AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC, power what matters most.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
back here on the Eagles Sports Network for the top of the sixth. Rhiannon DeCrow checking on with you as Higgins returns for his sixth inning of work. First pitch to Colin Kemp, the third baseman, is a ball on the outside corner. 0-1 count on Kemp. He's been good today. A line drive to right field in his first at bat as Higgins misses to the outside again. Make it 2-0. And then was hit by a pitch in his second at bat, a scary one that hit him in the left temple, but he was more than fine and returns to the dish for his third look at Higgins. Breaking ball to the outside corner that just misses, makes it 3-0. Kemp, the best hitter in this lineup, hit .373 last year, led the team in RBIs. Higgins fires to the outside again in a walk for Colin Kemp in his third at bat. Just the second walk of the day for Higgins, but a couple of batters that he's hit by pitches that have also given away some free bases. 3 batters that he's hit. And that'll bring up the DH, Carson Bradley. Bradley hit the sac fly in the top of the first that brought Dusenbach around to score. That's the lone run for the Golden Eagles on the board in the top of the first. Then flew out to left field in the third inning. And walked in his third at bat. And we're going to get a pitching switch here on the mound. Ryan Higgins will be relieved of his day. 2 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 3 batters that he hit. And we'll take a quick break here on the Eagles Sports Network. But when we come back, Jackson Underwood takes over on the bump.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeAndEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeAndEagles.com. Visit today.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Jackson Underwood takes over on the mound for Ryan Higgins. Here in this top of the sixth inning, Underwood, a 6'2 senior from Murfreesboro, 16 appearances last season, and his first pitch to Carson Bradley, the DH, is a ball. Underwood, the fastball slider changeup selection. 50 innings pitched last year, and a fastball to the outside corner just misses the mark. Bradley has been good so far today. A sac fly out to right field that brought in Dusenbach to score, and then walked in his second at bat as Underwood takes a look over at Kemp, who's at first base after the walk from Higgins. That was his final at bat of the afternoon. Underwood fires again, and Bradley drives this one out to left field. Evans scoops it up and hits his cutoff man in Pierce to keep things a manageable left field single. So Bradley 1 for 1 today technically, and Colin Kemp over at second base after the walk. Underwood a 3.55 ERA last season. And here's Andrew Cobran, the freshman shortstop. Lefty deep in his stance as Underwood turns in. Will throw over to Pierce at second, trying to get Kemp, who was already back on the bag by the time the throw got there. 3-1 ball game here from the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. Carson-Newman trying to make it 4 straight against the University of Charleston. First strike delivered to Andrew Cobran, the freshman. 0-1 with 2 runners on base. No outs on the board for Jackson Underwood. That one swung on and missed from Cobran. It kind of gets in front of Cochran. But runners stay put on the bags. So 0-2 count for Cobran. Runners on first and second. Underwood really good in the Orange and Navy World Series that the Carson-Newman team played earlier in the fall. Underwood fires in this one. Just lofted into center field. Smith runs in to make the catch, and the runners stay put. Braxton Smith moving in heavy from center field. The shallow line drive that could have caught down, but Smith uses his speed to make the catch. And the first out on the board here in the top of the 6th. Golden Eagles haven't scored since the top of the 1st. And that brings up Logan Bradish. Transfer over from Davis and Elkins in his first season with the Golden Eagles. Didn't play much last season for Davis and Elkins as he watches the first pitch from Underwood, an off-speed pitch that's down the middle for strike 1. Kemp a couple strides off second base. Bradley a healthy leadoff first. Underwood fires again at Bradish, who skies one into right field. It's going to be a fair ball all the way out to the wall that evades Soto Diaz. Kemp is coming all the way around as he makes his way all the way home. Bradley was hot on his trail, but he'll be held up at third base. And Bradish, an RBI double to get the Eagles back on the board for the first time in 5 innings. Perfectly placed all the way out to the right foul pole. And the second hit that Jackson Underwood has given up here in this opening day game. Colin Kemp all the way in to score. He got on base due to a walk. Carson Bradley over to third base on the double. And the first pitch to Drew Lucy, the new catcher into the game, is a ball. Lucy in his first game with the Golden Eagles, just a freshman. Breaking ball from Underwood is a strike that hits the zone. 1-1 count with 1 out on the board, and runners in scoring position at second and third. Bradley and Bradish threatening on the bags. Lucy trying to pick up his first RBI of his Golden Eagle career as he watches pitch number 3 from Underwood, a strike on the outside corner. Makes it 1-2 with 1 out. Gibson's about 12 feet off third base, pinching towards shortstop. And Lucy skies one out towards Soto Diaz. He's underneath it to make the catch, fires one home. Floyd isn't going to cut him off. It's going to roll forward to Cochran. But Bradley more than on time there after the tag up. So a sac fly for Drew Lucy, give him his first RBI of his University of Charleston career. The freshman making an impact behind the dish and at the plate. And we're tied at 3 apiece here at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. 2 runs here in the top of the 6th from the Golden Eagles, pushing Carson-Newman. Maxwell Lane, the center fielder, will get back to work in the box as he watches the pitch from Jackson Underwood. His first look at Underwood, a strike. Center fielder struck out in his last at-bat. And Underwood, a breaking ball, 77 miles an hour that hits the outside corner of the zone. Makes it 2-2. Or rather, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hard fastball to the outside corner of the plate from Underwood. Misses the mark, though, and makes it a 1-2 count for Maxwell Lane. 2 strikeouts on the day. Swung on and missed, make it strikeout number 3. And Jackson Underwood gets out of the inning. 2 runs scored, though, for the Golden Eagles that have tied this game at 3, and Carson-Newman with a chance to respond here in the bottom of the 6th when we come back.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Simon Bargo's day is over on the mound. Just 1 inning of work for the junior, and William Van Meter, the lefty, will take over. Van Meter, 6'2", the junior out of Petersburg, West Virginia. We'll see Colton Evans first as he squares around for the bunt. And the first pitch, a strike from Van Meter. Golden Eagles with 2 runs in the top of the 6th that have tied this game at 3. And the Eagles trying to get back to work on offense. Evans in his first game in a Carson-Newman uniform. Walked in his first at-bat, flew out to right field in his second at-bat, and he watches the second pitch low and away for ball number 1, so a 1-1 count on Evans. Then hit a line drive into right field that got down between Sievertson and Lane in right center in his third at-bat. And a wonky pitch from Van Meter that nearly hits the shoelaces of Evans is ball 2. Eagles batters have done a really good job being selective here in this game. 9 walks between the 3 pitchers that have thrown. racking up pitch counts, so the Golden Eagles are forced to go to their bullpen. Evans hits a hard ground ball to third base. He misses the bag, dives out of the way of the first baseman, Bradish, and dives over his arm as he was trying to make the tag. Hits the base. The umpires will call him safe. Oh my goodness, that's going in the blooper reel. He misses the tag, but Evans misses the bag. And then he hops over the second chance tag from Bradish and is safe at first base. And that'll bring up Aiden Gibson with Colton Evans at first base. A strike high at the letters that Gibson didn't like. He shook his head immediately. But a ball nonetheless. Gibson swings at the second pitch. It goes right up the middle. And he grounds into a double play as Van Meter makes the throw over to second base. Cobran makes the catch, slings it over to Bradish at first. So 2 outs on the board here in the bottom of the 6th. And that'll bring Logan Floyd up to the plate. Floyd has been really good in this game, so much so that he was intentionally walked in his last at-bat to load the bases for the Golden Eagles. They eventually would get out of the inning with just 1 run. Floyd would make it over to second, though, in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch to Floyd is a ball that misses, and Van Meter comes together again, fires a ball to the outside corner of the plate on the righty Floyd. Floyd 2-line drives out to center field, and then the intentional walk, so 2 for 2 today. Another fastball to the outside corner of the plate makes it a 3-0 count on Floyd. These Golden Eagle pitchers not giving him anything in the zone. That one high at the letters of Floyd, and he'll take his base. Second walk of the day for Logan Floyd, and the first walk of the day for William Van Meter, who took over here in this bottom of the 6th. Cole Nathan, the All-Sac second baseman, gets a chance again, his 4th at-bat of the day. Strikeout in his first at-bat. An error at shortstop that let him reach base in his second at-bat, and then he lined out to the left fielder in Dusenbach in his 3rd at-bat. The first pitch is a strike right down the middle on Nathan as he watches the first offering in his first look at Van Meter. Floyd takes a couple shuffles at first base, and the second pitch from Van Meter to Nathan is outside. Nathan hit .339 last year, but he cuts on this one and misses. 1 strike, 2 balls, and 2 outs on the board. Logan Floyd over at first base after the walk. This ball game tied 3-3. Charleston offense not letting this one get away from them. Breaking ball to the outside corner on Nathan is ball 2. Two with 2 outs on the board. Breaking ball to the outside corner is framed by Lucy behind the plate, but umpire doesn't fall for it. Full count. Nathan steps back in, ready for the payoff pitch from Van Meter. He takes the sign from the freshman Lucy. Floyd takes off. Nathan swings on one. It's high into the air. Bradish is tracking towards the fence, and it'll drop just inside. 3 Golden Eagles around it, nobody there to make the catch. It was Bradish, Lamont, and Sievertson all in the area, but nothing there as that ball drops foul. Nathan has worked it up to a full count in 3 of his 4 at-bats, making these Golden Eagle pitchers work. This one corked all the way out to left field. Floyd is moving towards third base. He's going to be in standing up. And Nathan, a line drive to left field. He's got his first hit of the day. And puts Logan Floyd in threatening position with Bradley Soto Diaz coming up. Van Meter's first afternoon. Soto Diaz digs in from the right side. The right fielder struck out in his first at bat, and he watches the first pitch from Van Meter go by for strike 1. Hit a sac fly in the bottom of the third to bring Aiden Gibson in to score in his second at bat, and then flew out to center field. High fly ball in his third at bat. Soto Diaz swings at this one, fouls it back. No balls, 2 strikes on the right fielder. Eagles, one of their best years to date last season. Set a program record in sack wins. They made it all the way to the NCAA tournament. Their 4th appearance as Soto Diaz waves on one. A strikeout to end the inning and keep it scoreless. Charleston puts up 2 runs in the top of the 6th. Eagles can't respond in the bottom of the 6th. So we've got a tie ball game, 3-3. And it's Zachary Sievertson, Samuel Lamond, and Trent Dusenbach when we come back here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Sure, we've been around a while, 171 years to be exact. We know the power of a liberal arts-based Christian education and the tremendous potential of what can be found on this campus, within this community. We are adventurers, dreamers, believers, passionate and compassionate, curious and clever, driven by a common purpose towards a common goal.
I found my passion.
I found purpose.
We are Carson-Newman.
What will you find?
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, where Zachary Sievertson, the right fielder, will get to work here in the top of the 7th. Jackson Underwood still on the mound, and a breaking ball to the inside corner misses the mark for ball 1. Sievertson watches the second pitch go by as well. This one on the outside corner. That misses for ball 2. Sievertson hit by a pitch in his first at bat and then hit that hard double out to left field in his second at bat as he waves on one from Underwood to make it a 2-1 count. 2 runs scored in the top of the 6th by the Golden Eagles as Sievertson cuts on another one and misses. 87 miles an hour from Jackson Underwood that Sievertson cuts on and misses. He'll take a second to receive the sign over from his third base coach. Dean Peterson in his 3rd season with the Golden Eagles talks to his right fielder. Sievertson steps back in and cuts it one at his eyes. The first strikeout for Jackson Underwood of 2026. And that'll bring up the top of the order. Samuel Lamond. Lamond 0 for 2 today, was hit by a pitch in his 3rd at bat. And Underwood fires one straight down the center for strike 1. Lamond's first look at Underwood as he fouls one back. Off-speed pitch was coming in at 78 miles an hour. That he's a little early on and fouls it back. So an 0-2 count for Underwood. Working quickly, he comes together and fires. Lamond cuts on this one. It's up towards the right field line. Soto Diaz is booking it up to the fence, but it's out of play. Degrees here in Jefferson City. Snow on the way. Wind blowing about 6 miles an hour. Lamond goes back to work. Underwood, one to the left batter's box that Lamond doesn't fall for. So the first ball of the at-bat. 1-2 count, nobody on, just one out after the Underwood strikeout as he tries to get one behind his back that Lamond grounded sharply up the middle. It'll instead come in to Smith at center field. He makes the throw. Lamond tries to get over to second, and he's thrown out. Trying to stretch that single into a double. And Smith gets him on the stretch. That brings up Dusenbach, who watches the first pitch from Underwood. That's a ball. Two outs on the board. This game tied at 3. Second pitch from Underwood is low again. Another ball. The slider from Underwood missing the mark just slightly. Underwood fires again, a fastball this time to the outside corner on the lefty Dusenbach. Another ball. Underwood fires a fastball 87 miles an hour that hits the inside corner for strike 1 on Dusenbach. A 3-1 count, 2 outs on the board. Nobody threatening for the Eagles, but Underwood trying to make it as quick an inning as possible. 1-2-3. Another strike, 88-mile-an-hour fastball that catches Dusenbach looking. This one evades Cochran. They're going to call it a strike, and he makes the easy toss over to Floyd at first base for the 3rd out of the inning. So a strikeout, nearly a drop third strike for Jackson Underwood. That's 2 for the inning and makes it 1-2-3 as the Eagles look to get back to work on offense. And we'll see if they can do it when we come back here in the bottom of the 7th. Stay with us.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Okay, let's see. I'm ready to do this. Carson-Newman. It's been around since 1851. Lots of flexible online programs. Wow. World-class accredited academics. A faith and learning environment with professors who really care about me. A top 10 best value school. Carson-Newman gives $48 million a year in financial aid. This is the perfect place. I'm in.
It's Pierce, Kilgore, and Smith due up here in the bottom of the 7th. This game tied at 3 apiece. It's the Carson-Newman Eagles against the visiting University of Charleston Golden Eagles. And Jono Pierce steps in from the right side to face William Van Meter. The junior, in his 3rd season with the Golden Eagles, fires the first pitch, a fastball down the middle for strike 1 on Pierce. .519 ERA for Van Meter in his last season of work. 7 appearances for the Golden Eagles in his sophomore season. Second pitch from Van Meter is another strike that Pierce swings at. Pierce, this one in between the 5-6 gap. It's Cobran to make the diving play. He gets it into his glove, but Pierce with speed over to first base, and that'll be an infield single. Nearly made it through the 5-6 gap. And Pierce on base for the 3rd time in this ballgame, a strikeout in his first at-bat, but otherwise has walked, and then that infield single. Brings up Tanner Kilgore, the DH. .313 hitter last season. Off-speed pitch that's high, misses the mark for ball 1 on Kilgore. No outs here in the bottom of the 7th, here on the Eagles Sports Network. Kilgore walked in his first at-bat, struck out in his second at-bat, and then walked in his third at-bat. Kilgore cuts on one from Van Meter, makes it a 1-1 count. A lot of new additions to this Carson-Newman lineup. Soto Diaz, Jono Pierce. Carson Cochran had the injury last season, but a new look for him, as well as Colton Evans with the injury last season. So really a new look Eagles lineup. It'll be interesting when we get into sack play to see how certain sack competition handles the new look Eagles. Of course, you have your staples in Gibson, Floyd, and Nathan. And Kilgore, of course, he just fouls one back, so a 1-2 count on the junior DH. Van Meter fires, and Kilgore battles it back again. Van Meter already with 23 pitches here in today's contest. Came in the bottom of the 6th and has done a decent job. No runs just yet. Just 1 hit. Misses the mark on a fastball to the outside corner of the zone. 2-2 count on Kilgore. Pierce 4 strides off first base. Van Meter takes a look at him. Stead ops for his batter in Kilgore. He misses high. .3-2 count for Van Meter, the lefty. .6-2 on the mound with a good view of Pierce as Kilgore swings and misses. The second strikeout of Van Meter's day. And the first out here in the bottom of the 7th. Got him swinging. And Braxton Smith will come in to see if he can move Jono Pierce anywhere. Smith, a line drive out to center field in his first at-bat that was caught. and 2 walks since. Came around to score as well. Watches the first pitch from Van Meter. First strike 1. Hits high and inside his elbows. Smith cuts on 1. It's over the head of the center fielder in lane. Pierce is making his way around to third. Smith is already safely on second. Pierce is going to try all the way for home plate. He dives in. He's on time. And Smith, an RBI double to put the Eagles back ahead 4-3. 97 miles off the bat of Braxton Smith. Brings Jono Pierce all the way around to score. The junior transfer using his speed on the bags, and Braxton Smith with the RBI. That'll bring up Carson Cochran, the catcher who has Braxton Smith over there at second base, threatening. Smith dances over there at second. Cochran ropes one into left field. Smith is making his way around third base. He's coming in to score. The throw is way off from Dusenbach in left field. And Carson Cochran, another double. This Eagles offense rolling right now. 2 hits in a row, 2 RBIs in a row. Carson Cochran, the RBI double into left field. Braxton Smith all the way around to score. Looks like we're going to get a pitching switch here from the Golden Eagles. That was actually Ryan Bolton, who was pinch hitting for Cochran, that comes into a big spot and gets the RBI. Puts the Eagles ahead 5-3, and we'll take a quick break here on the Eagles Sports Network for the pitching change. Harry Lamont, the sophomore, takes over on the mound for William Van Meter after those 2 runs scored in the bottom of the 7th by the Eagles. And it's Colton Evans who will get his first look. The top of the lineup for the Eagles due up. Just 1 out on the board. And it's Ryan Bolton over at second base. Lamont fires, and Evans swings at the first pitch for strike 1 as he fouls it back. A little too quick on that one from Evans. And he digs in again looking for pitch number 2. Jono Pierce came around to score on the RBI double from Braxton Smith as Evans watches The next pitch go by, an off speed that's low and away for ball one. 1-1 count with one out on the board. Then Braxton Smith came around to score on the RBI double from Ryan Bolton, the pinch hitter. Bolton toying with Lamont over at second, and Lamont fires a pitch that's at the elbows of Evans, but hits the strike zone. First strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Colton Evans with one out on the board and a runner in scoring position. Bolton, probably 7 strides off second base, thought about stealing third on the freshman Drew Lucy. But that pitch from Lamont on the outside corner for Evans, so 2 balls, 2 strikes. Eagles leading 5-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Evans watches the off-speed pitch down the middle that misses low for a full count. 10 walks between all of the Golden Eagles pitchers here in this ball game. And Carson-Newman's batters have done a number in terms of pitch count on these Charleston arms. Evans watches a breaking ball to the outside corner, a ball, so he'll take his base. Another walk, make that 11 on the game for Carson-Newman. And Aiden Gibson will get a chance to drive a couple runners in. It's Bolton at second, Evans at first, and Gibson looking for the first pitch from Harry Lamont. He swings at the first pitch and fouls it towards the first base dugout. Bradish is making his way over to the fence. He touches it and watches it fall safely into foul territory for Gibson, so a sigh of relief from the senior captain. Lamont last season, 7 appearances, was credited for 1 loss. Just 4 innings pitched and a 13.5 ERA. Off-speed pitch from Lamont misses the mark. 1-1 count on Gibson. Evans, the left fielder, is on first, and Ryan Bolton, the pinch hitter, on second. Gibson swings and fouls one towards his own dugout. Tom Griffin fields it, fast hands from the veteran coach, and players love it over in the dugout. Makes it a 1-2 count. Gibson, a line drive out to right field in his first at-bat, walked in his second, a fielder's choice that let him reach base in his third at-bat as he's hit by a pitch here in the bottom of the 7th. That'll advance all the runners. Bases juiced for Carson-Newman, and that brings up someone you really don't want to have at the plate with the bases loaded. It's Logan Floyd. The Eagles leader last season in RBIs, the Eagles leader last season in batting average. And head coach Dean Peterson is going to have a conversation here with the sophomore Harry Lamont before Logan Floyd gets a chance to swing. A big position here for the sophomore. His 8th appearance of his career, just 4 innings pitched. 4 2/3 innings pitched, I should say. And a big spot with the bases loaded against one of the best offensive teams in the country. Tom Griffin's squad, incredibly deadly in terms of offense last season. Was just so good at the plate. 3 weeks into the season, one of the best offensive teams in D2. They were top 10 nationally in on-base percentage, 4th in doubles, 5th in team batting average, and largely due to this guy right here, the first baseman, Logan Floyd. First team All-SAC selection, first preseason All-SAC selection, and he watches the first offering from Lamont. a ball that's just a little too low. Lamont deals a second. It's in the dirt. It hits the plate. Gets behind the catcher and Lucy, and they've got Gibson in a rundown at first base. Bolton's going to take off towards home. They're going to make an overthrow to Lucy at home plate. Evans moves over to third. Gibson over to second. And no longer bases loaded for Logan Floyd, but a run scored nonetheless on an error on the throw home as Lamont makes the throw over to first base where Bradish is waiting. He almost gets Gibson, couldn't make a decision, but once he knew that Bolton had took off towards home plate, he slides in, gets a hand on the dish. And runners still in scoring position on first and second. It's Gibson on second and Evans on third with Logan Floyd at the plate. Floyd was intentionally walked earlier today as he cuts on one, and it's fouled hard towards the Eagles dugout. 2-1 count for the all-sack first baseman. Lamont in a tough spot. 3 runs scored here in the bottom of the 7th. Golden Eagles trying to stay out of the big inning. As the umpires will call time here for just a second. Having pitch clock problems. Take a second to resolve some technical difficulties, and Floyd digs back in from the right side. Looking for the 4th pitch of the at-bat. Off speed to the outside corner of the plate, just misses. And a 3-1 count, 73 miles an hour from the sophomore Lamont. Fifth pitch on the way. It's off the mark, and Floyd will take his base. So bases loaded again. The 12th walk of the day for Carson-Newman. They've been so selective. This was a team who did incredibly well in terms of pitch selection last season, too. Led the sack in walks, and it looks like we're going to get another pitching change here before Cole Nathan will get a chance to bat. Dean Peterson makes his way out to the mound, and we'll take a quick break here on the Eagles Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
The #1 source for Carson-Newman athletics gear, shopseeandeagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. Shopseeandeagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. Shopseeandeagles.com.
3 runs scored already for Carson-Newman here in the bottom of the 7th. And Kyle Evenhoose will take over pitching duties on the mound. The 6th pitcher here for the Golden Eagles in this opening day game at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. And Cole Nathan looks for his first offering with bases loaded. Watches the first one from Evenhoose, a fastball that's high for ball 1. Nathan struck out in his first at bat, reached on an error in his second, lined out to left field in his 4th at bat. This is his 5th at bat as he watches a breaking ball to the outside corner of the plate for strike 1. 1-1 count on Nathan, 1 out on the board. And Colton Evans on third base, Aiden Gibson at second, Logan Floyd at first. Evenhoose fires, and Nathan grounds one sharply into left field between the 5-6 gap. Evans will come around to score, make that run number 4 here in the bottom of the 7th. Gibson safely at third, Floyd at second, and Nathan with an RBI single. Bradley Soto Diaz will step up. The right fielder is 0 for 3 today. Soto Diaz chops at one. It's straight to the pitcher and Evenhoose. He flicks it over to his catcher and Lucy, and over to the first baseman, Bradish. Gibson is out at home plate, but Soto Diaz, with speed, makes it over to first base. So Soto Diaz reaches on the fielder's choice. Gibson is out at home. Bases still loaded. And it's John O'Pierce who led off the inning back up to the plate. Scored on a ground ball to the 5-6 gap earlier this inning. And he watches the first pitch from Evenhoose for ball 1. Strike that hits the outside corner of the plate for Pierce. Strike 1, a 1-1 count with 2 outs on the board. It's Floyd at third, Nathan at second, and Soto Diaz at first base. Pierce another one to the shortstop. It's Cobran who just flicks it over to Lamond at second, and he'll get Soto Diaz in time. So 3 outs now. 4 runs scored for the Eagles in the bottom of the 7th inning. A 7-3 ball game as the Eagles offense finally gets back to work. Golden Eagle Arms trying to keep the Eagles offense at bay. See if they can respond here in the top of the 8th when we come back.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Jackson Underwood back to work here in the top of the 8th inning. Leadoff hitter for the Golden Eagles is Colin Kemp, who watches the first one high, leans out of the way of a fastball on the inside corner. Ball 1. Kemp walked in his last at bat as he fouls one back, makes it a 1-1 count. But the Eagles finally getting to work on offense in the bottom of the 7th. They put up 4 runs off a struggling Charleston pitching staff, who's already seen 6 different pitchers in this game, as Kemp waves on another one from Underwood. Makes it 1-2. 7 strikeouts for the Golden Eagles across the 2 pitchers that have seen time in this game, in Higgins and Underwood. And Underwood sits Kemp down, his 4th strikeout of the day, so make it 8. Jackson Underwood gets him on a 78-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch. Brings up Carson Bradley, the DH. Hit a line drive out to left field in his last at-bat and came all the way around to score. Hasn't seen Underwood yet. Second pitch is a ball, so 0-2 count with 1 out on the board. Watches the 3rd pitch low and away for ball 3. 3-0 count. Underwood, a fastball to the inside corner that misses this time. And that's Bradley's 2nd walk of the day. First walk that Jackson Underwood has given up. So a good day for Carson Bradley at the plate, a sac fly in his first at bat, 2 walks and a hit. Now the freshman Andrew Cobran gets to work, and a bad pitch from Underwood lets Bradley move over to second base. 1-0 count on Cobran, and the wild pitch from Underwood sits Bradley on second. Underwood takes a look at Bradley. And that one hit the top of the zone, but umpire doesn't like it. 2-0 count on Andrew Cobran, the shortstop. Andrew Hammond, the new catcher who was subbed in at the beginning of the inning, will go have a conversation with Jackson Underwood, and we'll take a quick break here on the Eagles Sports Network while they have some words together. Tom Griffin has a conversation with Underwood, and he's back to work here. 2 balls, and that one fouled back by Andrew Cobran. First strike of the at-bat, so a 2-1 count. 1 out on the board after the strikeout from Colin Kemp, the 3rd baseman. Big strikeout for Underwood. They're the best batter in this Golden Eagles lineup. Next at bat, he walked Carson Bradley, who's over at second base. Underwood fires at the outside corner on the lefty, just outside the zone, and it's a 3-1 count with 1 out on the board. Golden Eagles trying to respond here after the 4 runs put up by Carson-Newman in the bottom of the 7th. Offense gets going, and Cobran dribbles one just foul of the 3rd baseline. Full count now for Jackson Underwood, doing a good job working his way back into this count after he walked Carson Bradley, just the batter before, 4 straight balls. Just 1 walk for Underwood so far in this contest. 4 strikeouts to go along with it. Has led up 2 hits. Underwood misses the outside corner, and Cobran disciplined enough to watch it go by. So 2 walks already here in the top of the 8th. The only 2 walks that Underwood has allowed. So we got runners on first and second with Logan Bradish, the first baseman, up to bat. Underwood fires a breaking ball at Bradish that hits the outside corner on the righty for strike 1. 76 miles an hour with 15 inches of break from Underwood. Another breaking ball that just misses the mark. Low and inside on Bradish. 1-1 count with 1 out on the board. Runners at first and second. And it's a 7-3 ball game. Carson-Newman in the lead. Charleston trailing by 4. Bradish battles 1 back. 1-2 count. The sophomore first baseman transferring over from Davis and Elkins. Hit under 100 in his time there, but has been all right today. Line drive out to right field, but a strikeout as well. And another one there. Underwood registers his 5th strikeout of the day and sits down Logan Bradish for the 2nd out of the inning. Freshman Drew Lucy will step up to the plate with a runner in scoring position. Underwood trying to keep it scoreless here in the top of the 8th. Just 1 run he's allowed. And he gets Lucy swinging on a breaking ball with 17 inches of break at 74 miles an hour. Lucy chops 1 to the third baseman and Gibson. He slings it over to Floyd, who makes the tag, but they're going to call him safe. He missed him. Floyd can't believe it. Neither can Gibson. Just a softly hit ground ball that Lucy uses his speed to take advantage of. Little wonky throw maybe from Gibson. Floyd had to come off the bag, but thought the tag was there. So bases loaded now as Carson Bradley made his way over to third. Cobran over to second. And Drew Lucy on first base with Maxwell Lane at the plate. 3 strikeouts for the center fielder. First pitch is too high. Pinch hitter in for the Golden Eagles. After Lane had the 3 strikeouts, it's Damian Whitty, the junior outfielder, who will make an appearance. Listed as a righty on the roster, but digs in from the left side. 2 balls on Whitty. Third one on the inside corner on the lefty. Makes it a 3-0 count. Underwood comes together and a strike down the middle, 85 miles an hour on the fastball. This one skied high up the left field line and way out of play from Whitty. Full count now for Damian Whitty in his first at-bat, his first look at Underwood. He has to come in with the bases loaded, and Underwood trying to keep things manageable, but a walk will send Carson Bradley in to score. Cobran moves over to third. Lucy's on second. And that's the third walk of the inning from Jackson Underwood, who's been pretty good with 5 strikeouts, a couple of hits. Allows that run there, but trying to get out of the inning to not erase the work that Carson-Newman's offense did in the bottom of the 7th. 4 runs and 4 hits for the Eagles. First pitch to Zachary Sievertson from Underwood is a strike. Bases still loaded. 7-4 ball game. Underwood fires. It's fouled back from Sievertson. He struck out in his last at-bat. Otherwise was 1 for 1, was also hit by a pitch by Ryan Higgins in his first at-bat of the contest. Two outs on the board, just 1 needed for Carson-Newman to get out of this relatively unscathed. 1 run scored after Carson Bradley reached on a walk and then really was brought around by a series of walks. Missed opportunity from that throw from third base to Gibson. Floyd thought he made the tag, and Sievertson swings on that one and fans on it. His second strikeout of the day, and the Eagles get out of the top of the 8th with just 1 run scored, and we'll be right back here on the Eagles Sports Network to see if Carson-Newman can put any more up in these last 2 frames.
There's something about a small community that unites us, whether it's cheering on our favorite team or the way we come together in a crisis. Small communities are made up of people with big hearts. We're dedicated to hard work and innovation through sunny days and stormy nights. AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC, power what matters most.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Kyle Evenhoose back on the mound after 2/3 of an inning of work, just 1 hit. 4 runs scored in the bottom of the 7th, and Evenhoose trying to keep it manageable with Tanner Kilgore, the DH, back up to bat. First pitch to Kilgore is a ball, and the second pitch, another ball on the outside corner. Kilgore 0 for 2 with a couple of walks. Watches the first strike from Evenhoose down the middle. 2-1 count on Kilgore, trying to add to their lead, a 7-4 ball game. Eagles out hitting the Golden Eagles 9-5. Couple of errors, though, that the Golden Eagles gave up that let Carson-Newman capitalize. Fourth pitch to Kilgore is a strike on the inside corner as he turns and looks at the umpire, asking him where that pitch was. That one low in the dirt. Lucy does a good job keeping it in front of him, and it's back to Evenhuis. 3-2 count for Kilgore. Full counts in 2 of his 5 at-bats, and he'll take another walk, his 3rd of the day. Discipline from Kilgore, keeping him on the bases. We'll get a pinch runner in for Kilgore. It's Kylan Hornbuckle who will come in and run for the junior. And Braxton Smith, the center fielder, up to bat as Evenhuis checks the runner at first in Hornbuckle. Smith 1 for 1, a line drive out to center field in his last at bat with 2 walks on the day. First pitch to Smith is a strike down the middle, 87 miles an hour on the fastball. Hornbuckle over at first base, the redshirt sophomore. Takes a couple shuffles as Smith holds off on the outside pitch from Evenhuis for the first ball of the at-bat. 2 runs scored as well for Braxton Smith in the RBI double in his last at-bat that got the fun going for Carson-Newman in the bottom of the 7th. Brought around John O. Pierce to score as Smith watches the next pitch go by, a ball a little too low. Runner goes, Hornbuckle all the way to second. He had about 5 strides off first base before he took off. No matter, the ball gets behind Drew Lucy on the wild pitch from Evenhuis. So Hornbuckle in scoring position, Braxton Smith with a hitter's count at 3-1 and a chance for another big RBI. Evenhuis kicks and fires, and Smith fouls it back into the netting here at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. Tom Griffin clapping his hands over at third, trying to keep his offense going. Evenhuis fires, Braxton Smith takes the pitch, and he'll take his base. Second walk of the inning for the Eagles. And they got runners on first and second, with Ian Hubbard in to hit for Carson Cochran. Hubbard, the lefty, watches Hornbuckle dancing over there at second. The pitch from Evenhuis is off the mark for ball 1. Evenhuis deals, and Hubbard swings on one and misses. 1-1 count for Hubbard. That one lone in the dirt, but dug out by the freshman Lucy. Good spot. Runner surely would have taken off had he have let that one get by him. And And the sophomore catcher at the plate, and Hubbard getting a chance for his first at bat in quite some time. A couple of games off the bench last season for Carson-Newman with 2 at bats. Watches the second pitch go by, a 2-2 count for Hubbard. Runners at first and second. No outs on the board for Evenhoose. Hubbard swings, but Hornbuckle takes off, diving into third base. Lucy nearly got him, but he's safe with a hand on the left side of the bag. And Hubbard is sat down with the strikeout from Evenhoose, but nonetheless, runners in scoring position. It's Hornbuckle at third and Braxton Smith at second base. Speed on the bases as Colton Evans squares around for the bunt and takes the first pitch. That's a strike from Evenhoose. Evans walked in his last at bat and eventually came around to score. Has been on base 4 different times in this ballgame. Reached on an error on the at-bat before that. Evans up the third baseline. It's Kemp sliding to a knee to get it. It's over to first base on time. He'll get Evans. But Hornbuckle is in to score, so an RBI single for Colton Evans gives the Eagles the 8-4 lead and brings up Aiden Gibson. Oh, they're actually going to call that a foul ball. So they're going to reset everything here. The score will go back to 7-4. Evans will go back to the plate with a 2-2 count. Swung on and missed, so Evans is sat down. Evenhoose wanted to get him himself. Smith is over at second base, Hornbuckle at third, and now Aiden Gibson will get a chance at the plate again. Gibson 0 for 3 today, but has been hit by a pitch and has walked as well, so has been on base 2 times as the snow starts to fall here in Mossy Creek. Just small flakes. Can't imagine this is going to accumulate too fast, but nonetheless here in Tennessee, definitely something you don't see every day. Gibson holds his bat off, but it's a strike nonetheless, so a 1-1 count on the senior. Runners in scoring position for Carson-Newman after their big inning in the bottom of the 7th. 4 runs scored off a couple of base hits from the Eagles. Pitch inside on Gibson as he turns and takes. Makes it 2-1 with 2 outs on the board. 2 strikeouts from Evenhoose in this bottom of the 8th. That has kept it a manageable 3-run deficit. Gibson singles up the middle. It's going to be Hornbuckle in to score. Smith uses his speed to get all the way in and make it 9-4. Aiden Gibson, an RBI single. He'll pick up 2 there. The senior now 1 for 4 on his day. And Logan Floyd a chance at the plate. Perfect day so far, 2 for 2. When he's gotten a hit, was intentionally walked in the bottom of the 4th and has also been selective. 2 walks in his last 2 at-bats. Floyd, a hard ground ball to the freshman over at shortstop in Cobran. He dives to make the grab and flicks it over to his second baseman in Lamond, where Gibson is forced out. So 2 runs scored in the bottom of the 8th, 2 consecutive innings where the Eagles have put up runs, and it's a 9-4 ball game here as we move into the top of the 9th when we come back.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeingEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeingEagles.com. Visit today.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Back here for the top of the ninth, just 3 outs away from Carson-Newman winning their home opener. Have been really good under Tom Griffin in terms of home openers. 18-2 since Griff took over as Jackson Underwood deals the first one to Lamond, which was a strike, and then he fouls one back. So an 0-2 count on Lamond. Hit out to center field in his last at-bat, tried to stretch it into a double and was unsuccessful. Was thrown out at second base by Braxton Smith. Another foul ball from Lamond. It's up the third base side. And he goes over to John O. Pierce, a ground ball that takes one hop. Pierce fires it over to Floyd, and Lamond is out. Brings up Trent Dozenbalk, the left fielder. The sophomore 0 for 3 today. Watches the first one from Underwood, a ball on the outside corner on the lefty, but a big swing at the second pitch for strike one. Struck out in his last at-bat. Underwood sat him down off the full count. He swings at the third pitch of this at-bat. First strike two, so a 1-2 count on Dozenbach with 1 out on the board. Golden Eagles trying to climb back into this one. They're down 9-4 to Carson-Newman after the Eagles have put up 6 runs in the last 2 innings. Off-speed misses way outside on Dozenbach, and he finally hits a soft grounder up the middle. Nathan scoops it up over to Floyd, and that's out number 2. Cole Nathan off balance on his right foot. But throws it over to Floyd on time. And brings up Colin Kemp. Led this team in batting average last season as he chops one up the third baseline. Gibson there to field it, but foul ball nonetheless, so strike one on Kemp. Kemp 1 for 2 today, but struck out in his last at-bat. Kemp lines one out to left field. It's all the way to the wall where Evans reads it off the wall. And Kemp will be all the way over to second base, so The first hit of the inning is a double from Colin Kemp. That brings up Carson Bradley, the DH. So not a bad day for the sophomore third baseman, 2 for 3 at the plate. Bradley gets a chance to put a mark on the board at the top of the ninth. Underwood comes together, takes a look at Kemp at second base. And his fastball is low and away for ball 1. Underwood deals again, a breaking ball this time, 75 miles an hour. 1-1 count with 2 outs on the board. Carson Bradley has scored 2 times in this ball game, has been on base 3 times out of his 4 at-bats. Got caught in the rundown, though, in his second at-bat that ultimately ended the inning as he fouls one up the third baseline. 1-2 count on Bradley. He's got Kemp in scoring position. But the Eagles 1 out away from winning their home opener and opening the season 1-0 for the second year in a row. Bradley skies one out to right field. Bradley Soto Diaz making his way over to the foul line, but just misses the catch. It falls foul anyway. So another opportunity for Carson Bradley to keep this Charleston team alive in this game. Underwood on the bump for his 4th inning of work. Ryan Higgins got things kicked off with 5 innings, 2 hits, just 1 run, and 4 strikeouts. Underwood with 6 strikeouts in his 4 innings. Cut on and miss for the final out of this ball game, and Carson-Newman 1-0 to open the season off the Jackson Underwood strikeout right on cue. 7 strikeouts for Underwood. Carson-Newman wins by a score of 9-4 after being down from the jump. The first run scored at the top of the first by the Golden Eagles, but Carson-Newman puts up 2 in the bottom of the 3rd, extends their lead to 3 in the bottom of the 4th, and then hangs on, puts up 4 in the bottom of the 7th. 9-4 ball game, and Tom Griffin's squad opens the season on a high note. We got 7 more innings of baseball coming up here on the Eagles Sports Network, but stick around for that game, see if the Eagles can open the season 2-0, and we'll be right back.